Hey guys, Coach Carroll here. I just wanted to add this little addendum here to that short little video I did and do a little analysis. Um, I'll try to keep this kind of short, but I really want you to understand some elements of the power serve, how I generate the power, and a little bit later on I'm going to be putting out some videos here that shows you how you can do this as well. I think anyone who doesn't have the serve they want or doesn't understand the elements of the power serve would benefit by at least taking a look here at what goes on during the serve. And this is the kind of serve that, if you don't have the serve you want, you may want to aspire to a serve like this. You can really do a lot with it, and I'm going to show you some different angles and views later on. And again, as I mentioned just a few seconds ago, I'll be putting some stuff together, some drills and exercises and lessons to show you how to work each of these elements into your game and into your serve, and how to work the overall serve into your game. And that should be a lot of fun and informative as well. So anyway, I'm just going to hit play here and see if I can get this thing to pause where I want it to. Let's see if it'll start doing it. Okay, good. And let's see if I can pause this and if it'll step forward for me frame by frame. It will. Good. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to back up here, and as you're watching this, keep in mind before I break this down that what you're seeing me do is not something I just picked up a racket and could do. A lot of people ascribe to the theory that a golfer who can hit a long straight golf ball and everything, they can do it just because they can. Very few people in the history of any sport could quote unquote just do it right. A lot of people, most people are like you and I. We have to learn how to do it, learn the fundamentals, learn the secrets behind exactly how you generate the power in a smooth, balanced, efficient manner, and that's what we're going to do here. So anyway, let's back this up a little bit, and we're going to look at some elements of what's going on here, and I'll break this down for you here real quick. So we're going to hit play here, and then I'll pause it where I want it. Okay, now right here, I'm at a point where I'm ready to serve. My eyes are on my target right here. The racket's pointed at my target. The ball is in my left hand. It's pointed toward my target. And I'm not actually starting the serve yet, but what I'm doing is I'm getting ready to drop into my service motion. You'll notice that all my weight is on my left foot here, and just a slight bit of weight here for balance. Okay, and let's continue. Okay, now right here, what I've done is, this is the start of the serve. What I've done is I've backed off of this foot here, and I've now moved my weight to this foot, and again I've rocked to the heel. You used to see Sampras doing this a lot when he played, and he had one of the greatest serves in history. This again is for balance, and if you've ordered my products or read my my articles, subscribe to my e-zine, you know that I'm real big on balance, because balance leads to efficiency. Efficient movement is balanced movement. So let's click off of there. And well, a couple other things to notice. I kept my eyes on the target, racket still toward the target, ball still toward the target. Everything's working in harmony right here. Okay, we'll click off this and continue here. Okay, now a lot of things just happened in about 1/10 of a second, maybe 3/10 of a second there. You can see here, and we'll back this up and I'll show you how and why this is happening. But the elements you want to notice now are, again, my eyes are looking at the ball, my arm is pointing to the ball. It's a big deal here that I've got a visual reference here with my hand right here, and that's out in front of my eyes, and I can see my hand in my peripheral vision, and I can also see the ball. And you've got these little neuroreceptors in your brain and these little receptors in your fingers that kind of help you judge the distance to the ball. And proof of that is if you're a subscriber to my newsletter, and if you've read the report Secrets of the Power Serve and the other stuff, you'll know I have one article where I ask you if you've ever stabbed yourself in the eye with your fork when you go to take a bite of food. And the reason you don't do that is because your brain has conditioned the movement, A, and B, you know where that fork is in relation to your mouth as you're bringing the food up to eat, because your body is an amazing machine that can make those subtle judgments. And if you train yourself to do it, you can make those subtle judgments really well. So here we are. To break this down a little further, this foot came forward. If you get this right here, you've gotten a lot. The eyes are there, the arm is there, and the weight is really distributed right here. I've taken all the power and the potential energy stored in my body. It's right down here. This might actually be, yeah, this is pretty much it. This is the pose here. All that weight is sitting right there. And if you've read my free report, Secrets of the Power Serve, you'll know that I state that you want to load efficiently. And another way this is efficient, or I should say the reason this is efficient, is because I've got all my weight on this little spot here, right here on the feet. And a smaller area of load equals a more efficient unload. Okay? Again, all this weight is right here. I can't overemphasize this enough. I've packed a lot of potential energy right into a very tiny area. You can see that the knee is bent and the leg is bent on the left leg there, and this leg is bent as well here. And it's all the energy is stored, and it's about to get unleashed. The racket here is being held very, very loosely by me right here. You got your little trophy pose. The arm is actually very relaxed at this point, and this is from right here on. My arm stays extremely loose, fluid, like a rag, really loose. And you'll see it as I come forward that the hand will only move slightly because my body moves, but the hand kind of pivots, stays right there, and everything else pivots around it. Let's click off that, and I'll show you what I mean here as I start to motion forward. Here, we're going to start to unload. Now, if you remember, I called this the gravity serve, okay, in that free report, Secrets of the Power Serve. And you'll note that right here, my head and my body are in this place here, okay, right along the baseline there. And watch how far my hips will move out toward this bench as I start to unload. The next frame, see that? And the next frame, okay, well, that went a little too far there. But really, my body starts to unload forward, up and forward, okay, and the movement starts to get very fast here. I don't have a very high frame capture rate camera, which yet I'm not going to try it. I'm going to get one here, and so we can actually break down you guys' stuff too. There's going to be some stuff I want you to send me that I can break down for you as well. So anyway, getting back to this, you can see how the hips have moved forward, and there we go. Here is where all of a lot of the magic takes place. It has taken place. My feet, again, are still really close together. I'm launching vertically into the court here. You can see the arm is like a whip here. And the racket is dropped. And all that potential energy is now being released as kinetic energy up towards this ball. And this racket is actually going to act, an arm is going to act like a whip that comes around this way and just smacks that ball. Now let's back it up a little bit and I'll show you how this occurred. From this point right here, a couple other things that I failed to mention before now come into play. Okay, my feet are parallel to the baseline and my hips are perpendicular to the baseline, as are my shoulders. So what we have here is a corking motion, an untwisting motion. And this torque right here, the torque is this circular movement that's going to turn into vertical movement and horizontal movement as the racket comes through. That's where the secret of this lies. Now, I've got to end this here because I don't think I'm going to be able to upload too much video at one time. So this will be the end of part one. I'm going to show you part two. We'll dig into this a little deeper and show you how this works and how you get it to work for you.